Hey guys, my name is Anna, and I have started the group GrowGlowThrive. You can find me here on YouTube and on Instagram as well. I am a leader in the automotive industry, and I also work with young women who are aspiring to become leaders themselves, grow the confidence and empowerment that they need to go from the cubicle to corner office, which is a huge passion of mine. So, love that work. I've been really compelled recently to come on and make a video, start introducing myself to maybe people who I haven't met, and reach out to people who might be like me, looking for neat new content online and that may speak to something that's important or that they're passionate about. So, a little bit about me. I'm 37. I was born and raised and still live in New Hampshire. So, I'm a New Englander all the way, fall, winter, totally my speed. I'm the most basic chick around. Love a good pumpkin spice latte and all the fall leaves, all that good stuff. I am engaged to the most amazing woman in the entire world. We've been together 6 years. I'm a fur mama to a cat and a dog, and possibly a second dog in the next couple of weeks. And we're about to close on our first house. That's a little bit about me. Some deeper background: I am bipolar. I also have a pretty intense bout of anxiety that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. And that's actually one of the reasons why I felt so compelled to hop on here and start talking to people, because the more I talk to people, the more I realize that I've spent the last 30 something years of my life thinking that I was the only one who was facing some of the obstacles that I have. And little did I know that, in fact, so many of the people that I am around on a daily basis or hear from online or connect with through social media face these same types of obstacles. And I realized that had I had somebody or some sort of information out there as I was going through the tides of mental illness and coming into my own and being a gay woman and all of these things that I've grown up and faced, maybe it would have felt like a little bit less of a struggle, or at the very least, at least given me an opportunity to not feel so alone in those moments that are just so dark. And I know that if you're watching this and maybe you have anxiety or you have bipolar or you've ever just faced some depression through life's ups and downs, that feeling of loneliness and being isolated and ostracized and misunderstood is just so debilitating. There's something that makes going through those types of times so much more scary, to think that you're the only one facing it and that there's something wrong with you for having to go through it in the first place. So I think this video is going to be a little all over the place. I have a lot to say. I promise that I'll be on here more to discuss more topics. But today I really just want to talk about when you're facing those moments of true challenge, those really high tide moments where you're thinking to yourself, there's no way I'm going to get out of this unscathed. I really challenge you to remember a couple of things. One is, you are not the only person going through this, and you will not be the last. And while in the moment, I don't know that that changes the circumstance for you. I don't think it would have changed it for me. I think it does bring some comfort and some understanding that there's nothing wrong with you. This is a part of you, but it doesn't define you. It doesn't make up the whole of who you are. And in fact, it doesn't determine your worth either. There's been such a large chunk of my life that I've defined myself as Anna with bipolar, Anna who has to take medication every day, Anna who struggles to make it through stressful situations when I'll open up Facebook and it looks like everybody else has just the easiest life and everything's going perfectly for these people. And what in God's name is wrong with me that I can't be happy and joyful like this? I woke up this morning and this idea sort of popped into my head that I wanted to share. And let me know if this resonates with you, because it really, really resonated with me. And I would have loved to have had this idea, the last time that I cycled and got really sick, which was about 7.5, 8 years ago. But it was basically this idea of do not wait for the pain to go away to find happiness. Find happiness in the pain. And some of you may be saying, listen, I'm in the throes of the shittiest period of my life. I don't even know what you're talking about, Anna. So let me explain a little bit. What I mean by that is if you sit in that pain and that struggle and you wait for the happiness to come to you, you may in fact, that's my dog Oakley, you may in fact end up extending that period of agony and hurt, maybe longer than necessary. Because in those moments of pain and suffering, there can be happiness and joy. And I'm not preaching to you from a point of your psychiatrist who's never been through any shit telling you that or anything like that. I have been brought to my knees by my illness. I have seen the darkest of days. But in the midst of those moments and in those times, there is still something to be found that can bring you a moment of relief, a moment of joy, a moment of self-compassion, which, God, is so important when you're suffering, to give yourself grace. So take that phrase, do with it what you will. If it resonates with you, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. But I just woke up and I felt it in my gut that was something that really spoke to me, that I could really feel, and I could see how in those moments, and I've had many of them, where I just didn't think I was going to make it out alive. That if I had said to myself, what in this moment can I be grateful for? What in this moment is going my way, despite the chaos that's happening inside of me? What could that have done for me while I was suffering? So I'll leave that with you today. Like I said, let me know if it's something that resonates with you. I'm really excited about jumping on and sharing a bit about my own journey in the hopes that it impacts someone, maybe someone's out there. I've always firmly believed that there is power in sharing your journey and empowering other people. And I know that there are people out there who have struggled like I have. And I want nothing more than to give back to those people, to possibly help lessen that soul-crushing burden of being sick or overwhelmed or unsure. And I would love to connect with anyone out there who sees this and says, yes, yes, Anna, I feel this, I get it, I live that. Or you could be the partner or the son or the friend of someone who has a similar story to mine. How is it that you, as that loved one, make it through those challenging times and continue to offer love and support when your loved one is sick and not doing well? And that's a real thing. You know, as someone with mental illness, have put my loved ones, my friends, through more than I care to recount over my 37 years. And I know that because of the illness I have, there will be more in the future. And I've spent years feeling shamed and guilt and just utter sadness surrounding what I've done to those people. So just know as a caretaker that while we, as those that are sick or not well, may not be able to vocalize, your love and consistency and support means the world to us. And it may not be something that we can vocalize properly to you. It may be something that comes with heavy emotions for us to process. But just know that it means everything to us. And you are helping us one day at a time get better. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. A little bit of everything. And I look forward to hearing about what you thought of all this. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.